Dear learners, I am Ritesh Kumar Ravi, Assistant Professor. Today, our agenda is to do the programs of simple interest, and accordingly, we are going to write the programs inside the projects. Suppose we want to write the program inside the projects. So, with that concept, we are going to write a program with the name of simple interest. That is fine. Simple interest you will come to know with the extension of .c, since this is a C programming. So let's start with the concept of C programming. First of all, as usual, I told that first of all write the comments, and the comments is a lab number lab number 8 with the calculation of simple interest, calculations of a simple interest. With the user input, if I'll say that with a user input. First of all, you have learned the basics of simple interest calculations in your seventh or eighth class, in the basic classes, as I say. And inside that, you know that for simple interest, we need three variables to calculate, and that variables are principal, a rate, and a time. And these terms are calculated by dividing 100 for the simple interest. So accordingly, first of all, as we do, header files are included. So include header files like stdioh, and then has include, and that is conio.h. And just after that, we need to talk about the main function, and as I told that it is separated with the main function, and main function is nothing but the main function name as int main, as a simple program concept, and the return value will be have accordingly like int main. So return value will have a return on 0. That's fine. Very simple it is. And for screen holding and clearing screen, we need two functions again, which is included in conio.h. That is CLR, SCR. And then after it is get a ch with the function value of it. So it will have a simple representations like as we usually do for checking the values. Actually, I put it in a same part because in each and every program we do the same things. So just printf, and this is the checking part whether your program is ready for the basic things or not. This is just to check, and for that I'm just writing it. It is like you have to just copy it, and after copying it, put the cursor over here and just go to the edit and paste it. So it will come like this, and immediately just run it for just surety that you are ready with your system and a program may be done from here onwards. So I'm doing it properly. So these are the fundamental parts you must do in each and every program for just confirming that there is not at all any error. So Alt F9, there is no error, and run it at the same time. Just to confirm that lab number 8 calculation of simple interest with the user input is ready to do. Now here onwards, we need to understand that it requires some declarations, as I told, for calculations of simple interest. We need integer or a float, any kind of value of a principal amount. So I'm just putting as a principal. Then after we need int years, which can be also float, that is not a problem. And eventually we need int rate. You want to put it in the way of float, it is okay. I'm just right now teaching you the basic parts, and I'll convert it at the same time. And finally, you want it into the float. It may be possible that after dividing with the 100, there may calculations like float, and that is my simple underscore interest of value, interest of value. So declaration is done. So I'll just putting the header as a and declarations, which is a basic requirement for the logic. So this is my declaration for the function. Now from here onwards, we are going to put the user input as a printf, enter the enter the principal amount. It happens when we give some a loan to any person. I'm just putting over here with the amount, and with this scanner, we are taking the input from a user. So scanner, we are taking or inputting the value since it is an integer, so ampersand d will be there, and then after you can put the address value for the principal amount. So what will be the variable you have written for the principal, that must be written over here. Similarly, we need to take printf and enter the suppose years for simple loan. Simple loan. How many times? Or for a loan, if I'll just say a loan, simple for loan. How many years you want for the simple loan? So I'm just putting like this. For a new line, I can put slash in for a better visibility over here. Okay. So I'm putting a slash in over here. Now I need the principal amount. So a scanf, inside that we are putting the function value as the variable value as ampersand d for the data type, and then the rate value for this is same as a rate. That's fine. The is second sensitive, so ensure that whatever the variable you write over here, same must be here also. Then we need a printf value for the years for which you want the loan. So I'm just putting it like this. So printf, enter the years for the loan. The year, enter the years for loan. And for that, I'm just for formatting purposes, I'm just putting it over here, slash n. It will come into the new line and it looks great. So I'm just putting the scanf again, and then inside that we have ampersand since integral values have been taken over there. You have remembered all this already, and for that we are putting the years. After it, it is the possibility. So user input has been taken completely. Now it is the time for logic. So take the logic of it, and what the logic says that whatever be the value you have taken for the input will be calculated as simple underscore interest equals to, what is that? Inside that, first of all, principal amount, whatever you have entered, principal amount multiplied by a rate multiplied by years will be put at there, and then it will be converted in divided by 100, and eventually the most important part, that we have declared it into the floating point value. And simple interest is again an important declaration, so it is insurable part that whether you have taken it in the same format or not. Yes, it is in the same format. And since I have taken it into the floating point, so convert this value as a float value. This is it from the logic side. Now it is the time to print, but at the here we will have to check also that the code is working fine or not. So Alt F9, no one error is there. So what is that? The principal, as I told that declaration must be the same, whatever you have written and into the 23rd line. So principal amount is there. So what we have put as a principal PRI. So we have missed over here. This is actually a mistake that principal amount. Now we can run Alt F9. So one warning is there because the simple interest is assigned a value that is unknown. So this is not a problem because we have converted into the float part. So that's not an issue. We will remove it also. But right now I have just converted into the floating values. Okay, so simple interest we can say float value. And inside that float value, we need to print it also. So how could I print it? So it's very simple. Printf simple interest, the simple interest of the loan amount, loan amount that is nothing but what will be the value of it. So slash and I'm putting over here. So what will be the value? And it comes into the floating part, which is a very important concept over here. So ampersand f must be there, and then I write the simple interest SIMPLE. Whatever be the declaration, it should be come into the same format with the same thing. So I think I'm ready with it, and hopefully the errors have been also gone. So warning is zero and error is zero. That is our target for the coding. And we can see the output. So lab number 8, calculations of simple interest with the user input. So it is asking for the user input like 1,000, like 1,000 rupees. Yeah, 10,000 rupees. And enter the years for the loan is suppose 5 years. And enter the years for the loan for the two. So what is the problem inside that? We can have a value of principal, that is correct. Value of a rate is again okay. So we have put it like this. And then years. Okay, I have just written the years over here rather than the rate. It was showing rather than year rate, it is year. So now we are going to learn. Never ever forget. I am just doing everything on the runtime for your better understandability. If there is any error, just see there. So I am putting it as 1,000, 10,000 rupees. Now the rate of interest is suppose 5%. In general, it is 3%. So 3% and the years may be of 2 years. So it should have a simple interest like this. We have calculated it into the way there is not at all any problem. We have just put it over here. Sometimes it happens because Okay, so it happens because of some reason. I just showing that I have to just come out of it because you can see over here the error is we are putting the get ch over here. So what happens is that I told that this is an error. Because of this, the screen must not coding while showing the error. So get ch must be over here. Now we can see the output from here. So let's run the output. And now we are having the exact output, whatever we are, 10,000. The loan amount is suppose 3%, and the year is 2, and it is calculated as up minus 55. So let's run this program. and the program value is, suppose the value is 1000, we are taking the interest 2 and 3, it is coming as a 60. So this is a perfect output for our program as per the input. So we can also run with the different input like 10,000, then 2% with the 3, it is coming minus 55 just because of out of a range value. So that's not a problem. So we'll take a principal value a little bit lesser because integral value is not having that part of a value. So this is the output which we have seen. So 1000, 2 and 3, and that is the simple interest of the loan amount. So hopefully you got it. I'm completely revising it quickly. So this is a part of a program where we have just commented with what kind of input it is. And the three inputs has to be taken, and one is for going to give you the display or the output as a simple interest. So I have taken this as a user input. You can write it over here. And finally, the logic is very simple that we have to calculate the value and eventually we have to run and show the program. So thank you so much, dear learners. Enjoy learning.